Tonight, we travel into the abyss of madness, and stare into the eyes of death itself, as I tell 3 of the scariest creepypastas I have ever heard. Before I begin, however, I should warn you that these tales are at the least a PG-13 rating. Maybe an R, although that's pushing it. But you've been warned. Also, this is our 700th episode. And I thought this was the perfect way to celebrate, with the thing that started all, the Fireside Tales, a tradition, 3 scary stories, that has been around since before the channel even began. Now, with that said, for your consideration, here are 3 scary stories. Channel 58, Pirate Percy, the laughing-stock ship. Chris Straub decided to make a web form about a show he remembered as a child. Candle Cove. To be honest, he wasn't even sure it existed. Maybe he had imagined the whole thing. Yet he was surprised to find, when he posted it on his forum, many other people in Ohio remembered watching it as kids. Eventually, through their discussions, a story started to form. Candle Cove starred a porcelain doll marionette named Pirate Percy. There was also a talking ship named Laughingstock, a human girl actor named Janice, and the villain, the Skin Taker. The more they talked, the more they realized the show had many disturbing elements in it. The Skin Taker telling the children, "I'll grind your skin!" A 30-minute episode, where all that happened was the main characters screamed at the screen. Finally, one of them asked their mother about the show, and she told them, "Oh yes, I remember. You know, I always thought it was odd how you would say you were going to watch Candle Cove, and then sit in front of a static TV for 30 minutes. I was walking through the woods one night. The wind was howling. The moon cast an eerie glow on the countryside. And as I went down the path, I heard a voice singing behind me. "Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Won't you come out tonight? Won't you come out tonight?" It sounded like a girl. I stopped and the voice stopped too. "Hello?" I said. There was no answer. I continued walking, and the singing began again. "Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Won't you come out tonight?" "This isn't funny," I yelled. I began to search in every bush that I could see, behind every tree. Yet, whoever this person was, I couldn't find them, and the singing was growing louder. "Buffalo gals!" I was terrified. I sprinted back to my home and locked the door. Inside, I felt safe, however, and assumed it was just some child playing a prank. I turned on the TV, and as I was sitting there, the song began again. "Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Won't you come out tonight?" It appeared to be coming from the wall. I assumed the person was hiding in the front of the house. I ran outside, but there was no one there, and yet I could still hear the singing. "Buffalo gals." Gotcha. She was up on the roof. I ran to my shed, got out my ladder, and headed up, but there was no one on the front, so I went to the top, and there she was. A woman in a red jacket running down the roof. She jumped off the house, and then jumped over the fence with an almost supernatural ability. I don't walk in the woods anymore. There is a place called Mowgli's Palace. A lot of people say there isn't, but there is. Disney created it in the 1990s on Emerald Isle in North Carolina. Yet problems arose. The people living there didn't like the idea of Disney coming in and taking control. So it was abandoned. Yet not forgotten. Long was a blogger who thought it'd be fun to visit this amusement park. He had some difficulty getting there, had to ask a few townsfolk, but when he arrived, discovered it exceeded his expectations. There was all sorts of things to see. A statue of Baloo in the center courtyard, escaped animals, mostly snakes and spiders, and the words, "Abandoned by Disney," on the front. Well, he dug deeper, discovering graffiti and trash, before finally arriving at a door labeled Mascots Only. Prying it open, he found a room filled with costumes of various Disney characters, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, and in the center was Mickey Mouse. It was in bad shape. The black parts had turned white, the white parts turned black. A photo-negative Mickey. As he drew closer, the costume stood up and stared at him with a demented face. "Wanna see me pull my head off?" it said, and it reached up to its neck and pried its head open, and yellow goo came out, chunky yellow goo. And as he ran for his life, he saw these words etched into the door in front of him, a clear and final warning. Abandoned by God. Those are my 3 scary stories for you all in the year 2021. I am your storyteller. And before I leave, I would like to impart you with this piece of wisdom. As a child, you were told by your parents that there are no monsters, nothing to be afraid of. But the truth is, they are indeed real, and you should be prepared for them. So, good night, my children. Here's to the monsters not catching you.